Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the Zone 864 podcast. Welcome. Hello, if you're watching on Instagram. Hello, if you're watching on Facebook. Hello, if you're watching on YouTube. Hello, if you're watching on Twitter/Periscope. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to you. Today is June 28, 2021. June 28, 2021. It is Monday. It is the first day of the work week. It's Monday. I've had a very, very up and down weekend. I don't know about you guys, but I've had a very, very up and down weekend. I will tell you guys about that. I'll tell you all about it in just a moment, but let's get things kicked off here. If you're just coming into the broadcast, please make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. I'll be right back in a minute. Let's get it.
What's up? You know who this is. It's your boy Trap Bees. Can you see me? I can see you. Temptation is easy, but life is hard. I like my chicks thick, just like Nicki Minaj. I've been rapping for a minute, but it's just the beginning. I'm allergic to losing and addicted to winning. Ain't rich, but the swag is worth $1 million. Iced out wrist, yeah, homie, I'm chillin'. Entrepreneur, trying to get my money to the ceiling. Bill collector, stock calling, what a wonderful feeling. Responsibility for me, it comes with age. This a new chapter in life, so turn the page. Ain't trying to stay back in the past, forget the nonsense. Got no time for haters or negative comments. I remember growing up, man, I used to have dreams, and now I just want to be a success by any means, whether it be in this music or something else. I'ma make the most out of the hand that I was dealt. I'll be on the grind all day, every day. Champagne, jet plane, I'm going to the top. Money on my mind all day, every day. I'ma go so hard, I will not stop. I'll be on the grind all day, every day. Champagne, jet plane, I'm going to the top. Money on my mind all day, every day. I'ma go so hard, I will not stop. When I was a teen, niggas couldn't tell me nothing. I was so young and naive, it's hard to believe, especially when it came to relationships. Loving for the wrong reasons, it's because of those hips. Fascinated by the way the girl's body was shaped. You damn right, I was trying to get that birthday cake. Instead of focusing on girls, should have been focused on college. Cause the older I get, life requires more knowledge. Times change, went from recession to progression. And I hope all these CEOs have learned their lessons. Being greedy will put you on the street corner with the needy, holding a sign, cause now you can't even make a dime. That's why I'm learning how to cherish the little things in life. I try to do less wrong and try to do more right. And little homie, don't pay attention to those bums. You can make it anywhere, no matter where you from. I'll be on the grind all day, every day. Champagne, jet plane, I'm going to the top. Money on my mind all day, every day. I'ma go so hard, I will not stop. I'll be on the grind all day, every day. Champagne, jet plane, I'm going to the top. Money on my mind all day, every day. I'ma go so hard, I will not stop. I approach rapping with the same passion as acting, illustrating out the actions while you imagine what happened. Money don't make me, I make money. It be a fight to the death if anybody take it from me. I'm a real G and real G's do real things. I've been putting in work since before I was a teen. Ain't talking in the streets, I'm talking over the beat, killing the track. This is murder first degree. Music is like a drug that I just can't kick. So every other week it's like I'm putting out new shit. It's like a natural high when I got the pen in my hand. I can go to different places. I don't think you understand. I'm only human, so I'ma express the way that I feel. Mommy don't like me cussing in my raps for real, but this microphone is my favorite place to vent. And if I said it in my lyrics, then that's what I really meant. I be on the grind all day, every day. Champagne, jet plane, I'm going to the top. Money on my mind all day, every day. I'ma go so hard, I will not stop. I be on the grind all day, every day. Champagne, jet plane, I'm going to the top. Money on my mind all day, every day. I'ma go so hard, I will not stop.
Please remember that this is just a melody.
Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that follow button or subscribe button. Let's get that support up. Hey, hey, yeah, 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 hey, I don't really want to do it to you, but I might just have to do it to you. I'm the king of this mother effing microphone. Y'all haters better leave me alone. I be freestyling off the top of my brain. I don't care because I'm kind of insane. I'm the best to ever do this. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Zone 864 podcast. Once again, I am your host, Trapper Don. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to you. I will not be before you long today. I have things to do, but I had to come on and share a few minutes with you. You see how my words flow so beautifully? They flow so right. Because I'm really the king of this microphone. I mean, I've really been holding a microphone in my hand since I was a child. I'm talking like 4 or 5 years old. I got pictures. My family members got pictures of me holding microphones in my hand when I was a young boy, young whippersnapper. I'm still young. I'm only 32, but I'm talking like young. That's how I know I was meant to do this. That's how I know I was meant to do this, man. You know, a lot of people have dreams of wanting to be a singer. They have dreams of wanting to be a rapper, entertainer. I was born basically almost with a microphone in my hand. I was born to do this. I was born to be on the microphone in some capacity, whether that was rapping, singing, broadcasting, telling the truth, spitting this game, putting people on, giving out information. I was born to be on this microphone, one way or another. But I hope you guys had a good weekend. My weekend was very up and down. Like, so Thursday night, I had a call from my daughter's mom saying we're on our way to the emergency room. And I'm like, what in the world? And I'm like, what's going on? She's telling me that my daughter had a seizure. And just to kind of fill y'all in on some personal information, what's going on is my daughter has been diagnosed with ADHD. And
Remember that this is just a melody.
you know, I would have to say personally for me, you know, I've been raising my daughter. My daughter's mother has been raising her. We knew from an early age that something was kind of off with her. but she's still a very bright, talented young child nonetheless. Um, and because she has ADHD, you know, we are now beginning, we're now in the beginning phases of, you know, certain of medications, just trying to see if certain things work. She's not on anything really major. She's not on any high dosage of anything. Um, but yeah, you know, along with ADHD, that can cause some other things in the body like anxiety, depression, things like that. Because ADHD is it's a mental disorder. And so anytime you have something that's off with your mental, your brain, it can trigger a bunch of other side effects uh, to boost whatever the main underlying issue is. And you know, it's not really new to us, but the diagnosis is new. But you know, the fact that my daughter has ADHD, that's not really new to us, because like I said, me and her mother, we've always suspected that something was a little bit different with her. But the thing about it too, at the same time, is that um you know, I remember watching an interview with Kanye West, and Kanye West he's been diagnosed with bipolar ADHD, I believe. But he doesn't look at it as necessarily a mental illness, a disorder. He actually looks at it as a superpower, because it allows your brain to work in a way that, let's say, a person that doesn't have ADHD, it allows your brain to work in a different capacity. So when you do your research, what you'll find that a lot of people that do have certain disorders or certain ailments like ADHD, OCD, a list of other, I would say, minor issues with the brain, because hers is not too bad, based on what I've seen with people that have ADHD, because she's still a young child. My daughter's only 12. And you know, funny thing is too, so I was telling my mom about what was going on with my daughter, and my mom actually told me that when I was young, she told me that the school that I was going to actually recommended her to put me on ADHD medicine. The school tried to tell my mom that I had ADHD. Now, here's what I will say. Me personally, because I know myself best, I know myself better than anybody else. Me personally, I never felt like I had ADHD. To this day, I don't feel like I have ADHD. Um, for me personally, I would just chalk that up to just being hyper, because I'm from Greenville, South Carolina, and growing up, being outside was the thing. You know, rollerblading was a thing, playing in the woods was a thing, playing sports was a thing. And so I just had a lot of energy. I remember a lot of times my grandmother would get frustrated because you know, I would have so much energy when I would come home from school. I don't know if it's because I didn't get enough playing time at recess, or I just didn't get enough active time during the day. And it wasn't like I was the only child, because I had a younger brother, I had a younger sister, I had cousins that would come over basically almost every day. We were like brothers. So I felt like I got a lot of active time, but maybe I don't know, I just was overly hyper as a young whippersnapper. So a lot of times when you have children that have a lot of energy, a lot of people tend to mistake that and say that they have some kind of disorder or some kind of issue, you know, with the brain, and they so quick to throw somebody on medication and all of that kind of stuff. So it's really a process for us. This is a time where me and my daughter's mother and my daughter as well, we have to have a lot of patience right now. Um, and my heart goes out to any parent that's dealing with a child that has a disability or or any other kind of disorder that may, you know, that may it might affect your time. It may affect your patience, because you do have to have patience when you're dealing with a child. You first of all, you have to have patience dealing with a child that doesn't have that issue. So when you're dealing with a child that actually has that issue, patience is key, understanding is key, and confidence is key as well, because these doctors out here, they're going to try and prescribe every drug on the book. Like, they're going to be looking for inconsistencies. They're going to be trying to ask nitpicky questions to try and find out, okay, is this working? Is this not working? And you just have to be really careful with that. And you, as a parent, my personal parental insight, I don't want to say necessarily advice, because everybody has their own way of parenting. So I'll say insight. My parental insight is that to listen to the doctors, but also be very optimistic, believe that things are possible, be very hands-on. Reading is very good, because reading helps with comprehension and attention span. So for anybody that's dealing with a child that might have some type of mental issue or anything of that nature, that would be my parental insight. So yeah, so we spent the night in the emergency room in the Children's Hospital over in Mesa, Arizona. Thursday night, discharged Friday morning, and it was just a little bit scary too, because with these seizures, for those of you that don't know, when you have seizures are kind of almost like mini strokes almost, because when my daughter got to the hospital, she couldn't feel her feet. And I was rubbing the bottom of her feet to see if she could feel any kind of sensation. It was a very mild sensation. Eventually she got her her balance back, and the next day, I would say 24 hours later, she was walking again. Kind of had to force her to walk a little bit, because y'all know how children can be. Like, when children can find an excuse to be very leisurely and to just kind of lounge around and not really do anything, children will definitely take advantage of that and seize the opportunity, if you will. But we have these crutches over at her mother's house, and so we basically had her use those crutches to get her balance back, to get a little bit of the strength back in her feet. Now she's walking. So Thursday night, Friday morning, we spent the night in the ER, got discharged Friday morning. The very next day, my daughter was actually in an international singing competition called the IFLC. If you guys want to see that, the link is still in my bio on this Instagram page. I will be taking it down because the polls are closed. The voting sessions are over. But she was able to showcase and display her talent internationally in this conference, and they announced the results this morning. She didn't actually win, but she got placed in what you called honorable mentions, which means that her performance was a standout performance. So basically what that means, and this was her first year in it, so basically what that means is that when she does this next year, if they have the same judges, even if they don't have the same judges, hopefully she'll be known enough to get the votes that she needs to go on to the finals. Because in this singing competition that she was in, just this Saturday, it was the grand finals, and the finals are in LA in the spring. So basically, if she would have gotten enough votes, the votes were comprised of judges. I think 70% judge and 30% the general public, friends, family, stuff like that, and people that may have been watching somewhere in the world, they could also vote for her as well. So this is our first year in it. This is her first year in it, and it was a learning lesson. And best believe that I'm gonna do everything in my power this next go around to make sure that she's seen on a larger scale. It's gonna be a campaign. It's gonna be a whole thing. It's gonna be a whole roll up all the way up until her performance, and we're gonna garner as much support as we possibly can. We're going to promote her on social media. We're going to put her out here, and we're going to let people see her God-given talent, because, you know, my baby deserves everything that she works for. And you know, as a parent, my job is to help her fulfill her dreams by any means necessary. But just a little bit of a background on that performance. We actually recorded the performance. Let me see. We actually recorded the performance in, I want to say, early May. And it was in front of a green screen. But prior to her actually doing this performance, my daughter actually had surgery on her throat, to have her tonsils removed and to have some other work done in her throat. So imagine having a surgery done a couple weeks before you're set to record a major performance. So I have to commend my daughter, because, you know, the sensation of your vocal cords when you're singing, and it wasn't just a one take thing. This was something where she had to do multiple takes, because we wanted to make sure that we were able to capture the absolute best performance that we could get from her vocals. So, you know, I have to give her a pat on the back, because she did a phenomenal job with the little time that she had with the recovery after her throat surgery. So shout out to my daughter for a good job with that. And yeah. Also this weekend, I know we had the verses going on between Soulja Boy and Bow Wow. And you know, it's funny because this whole verses thing started during the pandemic, and it was a way to give us, I guess, some kind of entertainment during the whole shutdown, during the whole lockdown of every country in the world. Couldn't travel, couldn't really go out to places like that. So the verses thing was a really special thing when it first started, but I have to be honest with y'all. I mean, I caught a little bit of the last verses with Swizz Beatz and Timbaland. I didn't watch any of that live, but I just kind of went on YouTube, and I think I went on Instagram, because some of the songs that would play on YouTube, like, they had to block it out. I don't know if it was like due to copyright reasons, but I caught some of that performance, and I liked what I saw with the Swizz Beatz Timbaland performance. I thought that the change as far as the type of venue, because I believe Swizz Beatz and Timbaland did their performance in a club. So I believe that the change in the venue, where they had the live audience and all of that, that was a much needed change. They had started doing it prior, where they had two people in the same room, but this was like one of the first performances where they're like, you know, at a club. It was like a live audience, like live. And I thought it was pretty decent, but I gotta be honest, man. I feel like verses kind of fell off a little bit. Like, verses is still hot, but to me, now that we like basically back outside, you know, verses is kind of one of those things where it's like catch it when you can, or catch it if you can, or I'll watch it on Sunday or I'll watch it on Monday, depending on what day of the week they're showing it. And but I was sitting down and I was just kind of scrolling. I actually wasn't even thinking about the versus battle between Bow Wow and Soulja Boy. So I clicked on it and I'm watching the battle. And I gotta really take my hat off to Soulja Boy and Bow Wow. Now I just want to make this very clear. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Periscope. I'm not really a big, huge Soulja Boy fan. I'm more of a little Bow Wow. I'm more of a Bow Wow fan. I grew up to most of his music. I feel like I grew up to more of his music than I did to Soulja Boy's music. Soulja Boy's music to me, even when I was young. Let me see how old Soulja Boy is real quick. Hold on, y'all. Let me Google how old this man is. Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy, tell him. Soulja Boy, tell him. What me you? Crank that Soulja Boy. Crank that Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy up in the. Why me? So Soulja Boy is only 5'9". Damn. I'm 5'11". Soulja Boy seems taller than he really is. I guess because he's kind of lanky. So I guess his lankiness makes him seem a little bit taller than he is. Let me see how tall Bow Wow is. They don't even have Bow Wow height on here. You know what? Let me back up a page here. .57. So they have Bow Wow listed at 5'7". So Bow Wow is definitely a tiny person. That's crazy. 5'7". I'm 5'11". I feel like I'm a pretty decent height. But Soulja Boy is 30 years old. 30 years young, I should say. I need to get in the habit of saying 30 year, I need to get in the habit of saying young. Like 30 years young, 70 years young. People think 70 is old, but if you are if you're in good shape, 70 is not old at all. I got a grandfather who he just turned 96, I believe, June 3rd, earlier this month. And I'm gonna just straight up tell y'all like this. Got some issues with Instagram. Okay, cool. My grandfather was moving around when he was in his 70s. My grandparents raised me for like the first 12, 13 years of my life. My granddad was cutting grass in his 70s. He was doing housework in his 70s. He was still like swimming in his 70s. He was moving around in his 70s like he was in his 50s. It wasn't until these recent years, I'm gonna say like 2016, 2017, that he just recently slowed down. And my grandfather's been in and out the hospital these past few years because he's starting to have some issues with his heart, which is, natural when it comes to older age. But he just barely within these past 4 or 5 years, he barely just started slowing down. So I got some big shoes to fill as far as like my health and staying healthy, staying in shape, things of that nature. My granddad is, he's making sure to set the bar high. So if he can do it, I don't have no excuse. And as far as I know, on my dad's side, we don't have any major major health conditions that I know of, and so my grandpops is pushing 96 and still doing good amidst the health conditions that he's facing right now. Then I can do it too. I just got to hold myself to that standard, and y'all can do it too. You just got to hold yourself to that standard. You got to be disciplined. You got to be willing to accept the challenge of being healthy. You got to be able to move around with your kids. You got to be able to move around with your grandkids. You got to be I want to be one of those granddads that's like, damn, like I want to have my grandkids thinking, did this dude ever get tired? Did this dude ever get old? Granddad is able to run after us in the park and all that. I want to be one of these older in shape granddads out here, like my grandparents was, like my grandfather was. My grandfather is. Yeah, so Soulja Boy is 30 years old. Now that song, he got a song out, Make It Clap or something like that. Again, I'm not the biggest Soulja Boy fan, but he played that song three times in a row in the versus battle. And I'm gonna add that song to my playlist because that song is now stuck in my head. So I'm gonna add that song right after I get done with this broadcast. I'm gonna go add that song to my playlist because I actually kind of like that song. And again, I'm not a real big Soulja Boy fan. I got a gang of Bow Wow songs in my playlist, but I probably got one or two Soulja Boy songs in my playlist. I am not a big Soulja Boy fan, but that Make 'Em Clap song that he played 3 times in a row, I like that song. I ain't gonna say that I like it, but I'm gonna say it's catchy and it's stuck in my head, and it kind of got low-key grown-up club vibes. It's a little bop, it's a little vibe. That's why I like it. Yeah. So all right. So you had the verses, you had the BET Awards. I did not watch the BET Awards. As I've stated in many a broadcast, I barely watch TV. I barely watch award shows because I'm not trying to take a dump on these artists. I'm not trying to take a dump on today's artists. But in my personal opinion, I'm a songwriter. I'm a producer. I'm a person that takes the time. I'll be trying to come on here and freestyle and say some rhymes and stuff like that. But I'm a person that I need to take my time and I need to put the pen to the paper and I need to write the lyrics. I need to look at the song. I need to I really enjoy as a songwriter, as an artist, coming up with clever ways to say things or coming up with new lyrical content, writing songs, the composition of a song. I really enjoy a good quality song. Like I don't like a lot of this quick, fast, low quality nursery rhyme bubblegum music that's out here nowadays. I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying that's not really me. That's not really what I rock with, and that's why I don't watch a lot of award shows. But two things I do want to bring up real quick in regards to the BET Awards. Okay, now I just want to let y'all know ahead of time. I'm going to say what's on my mind. I'm not a person that's afraid to get backlash. I'm not a person that's afraid to get canceled. I'm not a person that's afraid to get ridiculed because of things that I say. That's one of the main differences between my podcast and a lot of the podcasts and radio shows and stuff out here like that. And I appreciate if you, I apologize if you guys are watching on YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, or Facebook. I apologize for the background. It keeps, getting light and getting dark. I live in Arizona. The sun is very bright. The sun is almost always out. And so even with the blinds closed, this is what happens. It gets light, it gets dark. Apologize about that. I can't really control that. Maybe I might need to get some curtains or something. But so when I one of these weekends when I'm running errands, maybe I'll look into getting some curtains. Maybe that will have it so the background is not really, in and out like that. But your boy Lil Nas X, I saw that he showed up in full effect And I saw that, you know, that very intimate kiss, passionate kiss that he had with one of his performers on the stage. Now I'm not knocking him. I'm not knocking him for his sexuality. I'm not knocking him for that. People should be able to be who they want to be with. They should be able to be how they want to be. But the problem that I have with Lil Nas X is I feel like two things. Lil Nas X has been really going hard over these past few months with these very inappropriate gestures, both on TV, both online. Most of his fan base are young children, because what made him famous to begin with is his hit song Old Town Road. And you know, that song even had adults singing that song, so he has adult fans as well, but most of his fan base are young children. So this is the stuff that they're seeing. And we already have an issue today when it comes to black men. We know they want to see us in dresses. We know that they want to see us kissing up on other men. We know that the way that mainstream media is projecting the image of black men, I mean, basically they're trying to make it so that, you know, if you're a black man, you're gay. They're trying to make the black man synonymous with being gay, and that is not the case. All of us are not gay. That's that Lil Nas X. That's what he doing. Because he kissing all up on men like that, that don't represent the whole entirety, the whole population of black men. And like I said, I'm not knocking his sexuality preference. I'm not knocking the way that he is, but I do feel like he is going to the extreme. I do feel like he's going overboard to push a certain agenda. I do feel like he's going overboard with his antics and his performances. And I get that he's an artist and he has artistic expression. Hell, I'm an artist, so I don't know how I would feel about if I'm trying to create art and I'm getting a lot of pushback. At the same time, I'm not saying that I'm God or anything like that, but I feel like I have a really good morality meter, meaning there are certain things I'm just not going to talk about in my music because I have a daughter, and I don't feel like my daughter should be turning on the radio, or I don't feel like my daughter should be able to go on Spotify and hear her dad say all of these things, especially when it comes to women. There was a point in time where I was using a lot of explicit language in my music, but me being the conscious person that I am, I said that one day, if I decide to put this stuff out, and I never put it out, I never really put it out, so it's only for me to hear. I said to myself, if my daughter grow up and she decides to ever listen to my music, if I put it out there and it gets a lot of streams and stuff like that, gets played, radio play or whatever, gets known, you know, I was already thinking ahead when my daughter was like 3, 4, 5. I was already thinking about that kind of stuff about today when she would be 12, 13 years old. So I made the conscious decision that I love rapping, I love writing music. So if I can't find a different way and different words and different phrases to express what I'm trying to say, then I'm just not going to say it. I'm just not going to rap, because I'm not dependent on rap to get me paid or get me money, because the music industry is not stable. I'm dependent on other things, more stable things to get me money. I'm dependent on these hands to get me money. I'm dependent on this brain. I'm dependent on this intellect to get me money. I'm not dependent on music to get me money. Now, while I am using my brain, using my hands, using my ability to think to get money, I am working on my passions on the side. So I'm cool with that. I'm comfortable with that. So I don't. So that's why I'm comfortable in my stint. I don't have to get out here and do all kind of crazy, inappropriate, dark stuff to get seen and to be heard. If you're not following me for what I'm saying, if you're not following me because I make good music, then that's just what it is. I want people that follow me, that listen to music, that support me. And I hate using the word follow because I'm not really trying to be a leader. I just want support from people because I support a lot of people. So I want supporters, not followers. And in return for that support, I support. That's how it works. Quid pro quo, something for something. But yeah, I seen Lil Nas X with his antics, as usual, trying to push his gay agenda. And to me, that's just more of the show of buck breaking. I pay attention to a lot of stuff, and some stuff I speak on, some stuff I don't. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being gay. Be who you are, be who you want to be, but understand that certain images, certain music, certain things that are on TV, on the radio are purposely there for the brainwashing and for the buck breaking of black people, more specifically the black men. Because once they buck break the black man, that's it. The black man is the last line of defense. They can go out here and they can infiltrate all these other communities, all these other societies. But just keep in mind that they're going to continue to target the black man, because once they have buck broken, once they have brainwashed the black man, once they get in, once they wipe us out, once our numbers start to dwindle down, once they notice that black people are having babies at slower rates because a lot of black men are rolling with this agenda, the gay agenda that they have out here. And I hate even saying gay agenda, but this is reality. It is what it is. It's reality. And again, I'm not saying that I have a problem with people that are gay. Fine, be what you want to be. I like women, and you deserve to like who you like. I'm not gonna shit on you, but I'm just saying y'all can't act like y'all don't see that mainstream media, white media, is going to the furthest extent to push a lot of that agenda onto black men, because we're the last line of defense. And I don't apologize for speaking the truth, but that is what it is. The second thing that I want to bring up in regards to the BET Awards is Cardi B. Dun, 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 dun. Bloody shoes. Cardi B. The way I feel about Cardi B is very up and down. I think Cardi B is a very attractive woman, and Cardi B to me was I see that she's pregnant now, expecting baby number 2. So congratulations to Offset and Cardi B for the pregnancy. Congratulations on that. I wish Cardi B much success on the pregnancy. And I actually really found Cardi B very, very, very attractive walking out there on that stage with her pregnant tummy. I mean, she was, I don't know about y'all, maybe it's me, but she was looking good to me. She was looking fine to me. Maybe it's that so-called pregnant glow, I guess. I don't know. But Cardi B was looking good to me. So I just want to go ahead and put that out there. But the only thing that just rubs me the wrong way is that I feel like Cardi B has so much potential. She has so much power, but she just rather put out songs like WAP, and she just would stay on. She just stay on that train of saying all these things in her music. And I get that she's an artist, she's allowed that artistic expression. I get it, but it's kind of like, damn, like, she was out here talking to Bernie Sanders in this most recent presidential election. And I want y'all to understand, y'all got to peep game. You guys have to peep game. Cardi B is not supposed to be the one that is the ambassador when it comes to black and brown people. And I'm only saying, normally I don't include brown people when I be talking about a lot of issues, because understand that there's a lot of groups of people in this thing that we call brown people that just do not have the same interests as black people, and they don't have the same struggles, and they don't have the same kind of interest overall as black people have. So even though they're brown skin, they have the same kind of color skin as a lot of black people. It doesn't necessarily make them a part of the same group, because we still have different things that we're trying to achieve when it comes to government, when it comes to our neighborhoods, when it comes to our societies, when it comes to our resources that we need in order for our communities and societies to thrive. Cardi B, y'all got to understand, just because Cardi B is out here talking to a politician, that doesn't mean vote for him. That's part of the problem. That's part of the reason of why politics is where it is right now, is because a lot of people tend to vote based on likability, and they don't really vote for their interest. I know a lot of black people that voted for number 45, and they were ashamed to tell people and let it be known, because they didn't want to get ridiculed for black people by other black people. But the thing is, I understand exactly why they voted for number 5, because they're voting for their interest. See, y'all don't understand that. See, after Obama was president, a lot of stuff changed. A lot of stuff changed. In fact, I want to play this little clip. So I don't know if you guys are familiar, but there is a let me share my screen right quick. There is a situation that happened in Florida where there was a condominium building that collapsed, and thus far it looks like the death toll is at 11, and that's a sad situation. That's my heart and soul goes out to those people and those people's families. How the hell does a condominium building collapse? But I kind of know the answer to that. So I'm going to play this clip right quick. I'm going to actually pause the music for this one. And I just want y'all to listen to what your boy number 45 was saying. Listen to what he's saying about the infrastructure of this country. Forget how you feel about him and listen to what he's saying.
Allowing for the very sad depletion of our military. We've defended other nations' borders while refusing to defend our own.
Pay attention.
And spent trillions and trillions of dollars overseas while America's infrastructure has fallen into disrepair and decay. We've made other countries rich, while the wealth, strength, and confidence of our country has dissipated over the horizon.
Okay, I'm gonna play that one more time for y'all. Pay attention to what he's saying. He's talking about how we spent so much money, how America spends so much money on the military and neglects the basic necessities of having good highways, having good structural buildings, having good runways at airports, having decent looking airports, having decent looking cities. How many times do y'all go, even in your own cities, and y'all see like raggedy old buildings for miles and miles and miles. How many times y'all ever go to a vacation place? Your family has a timeshare, and the place that your family has a timeshare at, hasn't been renovated for 25, 30 years. Still got the same old nasty pink wallpaper on the walls. Still got the same old stuff that was there from 1984 and ain't updated. Pay attention to what he's saying, because this is very important. This, to me, in my personal opinion, what he's saying right here is the primary reason why that condominium in Florida failed, because so many resources are being diverted outside of the country, that the resources that are supposed to be put into the country to actually build up infrastructure is just not getting spent. It's not getting put in the places that it needs to go. So pay attention to what he says. Pay attention one more time. Instagram, y'all won't be able to see the screen, but you'll be able to hear the audio.
Allowing for the very sad depletion of our military. We've defended other nations' borders while refusing to defend our own. And spent trillions and trillions of dollars overseas, while America's infrastructure has fallen into disrepair and decay. We've made other countries rich, while the wealth, strength, and confidence of our country has dissipated over the horizon.
Okay, so I just wanted to play that for y'all. I wanted y'all to hear that because I think that's very important. A lot of times, like when a plane goes down, a plane doesn't go down for no reason. A lot of times, and I've done my research on this, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. A lot of times when they find out why these planes go down, it's most of the time usually due to lack of inspection. I think most of these airplanes are supposed to be inspected once every 24 months. And so when every time you hear about a plane that has engine trouble or something of that nature, every time I read about a plane going down, it's because of lack of maintenance. Lack of making sure that shit is working correctly. And so I just wanted to play that clip because as much as America really didn't like its 45th president, he said a lot of things that went under the radar that need to be taken seriously. I mean, I can't tell you. I've been traveling around the country since I was very young. I mean, my grandparents, I would go on vacation with my grandparents. We would travel around the country. We would take road trips, take flight stuff, all like that. I can't tell you, even today, when I go places, a lot of the places that looked the way they did when I was young, I'm 32, like maybe 20, 25 years ago, they still look that way. A lot of these buildings are still raggedy. A lot of these towns are still raggedy. A lot of places here in the United States still have old raggedy infrastructure, rusted pipes. I mean, environmental issues galore. And so we spend so much time, the United States spends so much time investing in things overseas outside this country, that this is what happens when you neglect your responsibility right in your own backyard, right at home. So a word of advice. I normally don't really give advice, but it's really important. Y'all going on vacations, pay attention to where y'all staying. Y'all rent these Airbnbs, pay attention, look at the property, pay attention to things, make sure that things are okay, because the fact that a whole condominium went down with people in it, that's scary, and that's serious. So thoughts and prayers to the people out there in Florida. and around the world, actually, I believe one of the earlier reports that I read said that there were people from around the world that actually stayed in that condominium, that were staying in that condominium at the time that it went down. So thoughts and prayers again, to the victims and to the victims' family of that collapse of that hotel. Is a very sad situation. That's why you like the old folks used to say, that's why you got to stay prayed up. You got to stay prayed up, because you never know when your last day is going to be. You know, we all know that we got to get up out of here at some point in time. But that's why you got to that's why you got to stay prayed up. That's why you got to keep that positive energy. That's why you have to give out positive energy, because what happens is when you give out positive energy, you give it back, right? And so that's what you call synergy. It's when you put energy out there and it comes back. Synergy. You create energy to get it back. So yeah, that's what it's all about. But do me a favor, you guys. I'm about to get up out of here. If you're watching on Instagram, you can hit the like button if you want. But I actually have a real page for my podcast on Instagram. If you just hit the go in the search bar, type in Zone 864 podcast, my podcast page will come up. I don't really have that many followers on there, but I'm building that page up, and it's gonna take a little while, but I'm gonna get it to where it needs to be. I'm gonna get it to where I want it. So if you're watching on Instagram, go ahead and type in that search bar, Zone 864 podcast. Hit subscribe, hit follow on that page. Show me some support, because eventually I'm gonna start going live on that page and putting content on that page and putting clips and articles, and just keeping it real fresh on that page. Yeah. If you're watching on Facebook, hit that like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button so that you can catch me when I go live. If you're watching on YouTube, and if you guys want to follow me on YouTube as well, just type in Zone 864 podcast in the search bar and then hit the follow button, because that is my channel that is the home of the Zone 864 podcast. If you're watching on Twitter, please hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. I am part of the New Black Media. So I'm here to do my part. I'm here to keep people informed. I'm here to spread knowledge. Once you have the knowledge, now you know, and you have no excuse. Let me see what else. What else? Oh, I am a businessman. I'm a capitalist, just like most Americans. So if you would like to hit up the Cash App, you can hit up you can show support to the podcast by hitting up the Cash App at $Z. That's Z for zebra, 864, P for Papa, C for Charlie. $Z for zebra, 864, P for Papa, C for Charlie. If you want to show support to the podcast via Cash App, that is my Cash App handle. So let's go ahead and get those Cash Apps in there. If you would like to show support to the podcast. So I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, love y'all. Peace out.